really think that's the right strategy?
Since GP has launched in India, the excitement about it is really high. So when you're going into the market by giving them an experience of the ring taxi, because ring taxi is something that has not come to India, it's still in the northern hemisphere. So we are asking you to bring this experience to the Indian consumers. Basically, it's a youth connect that we wish to build over here, and it's going to be a professional experience altogether with the entire GP ready. You have your laps around, and it's more of a connect with actual driving. And that's what will bring out joy as well, because Indian consumer is still not able to understand what joy is for them.
You've talked of tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Have we already got enough out of the tier 1 cities?
There are already quite a few number of dealerships in tier 1 cities. So that's why we recommended going for a hub and spoke model. In tier 2 and tier 3 cities, there's a huge untapped market. So I think right now the larger chunk of the money and the focus should go to tier 2 and 3 cities.
Tier 1, the people we think need more of an education in terms of the services that BMW offers, because Secure and BSI is something that people will know only when they get into the dealership showroom. If they're riding a car on a highway and if they see a banner which mentions these services, they need to think upon why, if I get a choice of say an Audi and a BMW, why should I go for BMW? And these services, they're really so important, and they can be the differentiating factor. And tier 1 we think needs more of education on these lines.
You've given us an insight into the customer mind. You've said though Audi significantly lags BMW in sales, a vast majority of customers, that's 83%, consider buying an Audi more often than other brands before settling on a BMW. What kind of strengths and opportunities does BMW have vis-a-vis Audi specifically?
The major difference we identified was that an Audi is viewed mostly as a vehicle which is like it's perceived as a model of engineering. So it doesn't have the emotional connect which a BMW would probably give to a customer. It's more of customer involvement which BMW gives to a consumer. At the same time, BMW has services which it says that you don't worry, we are covering you. So we have complete cover of for the car which you are buying from us. You can come to us if you have problems. So this is the emotional connect which BMW builds with the consumer.
What do you see as threats from Audi? Because your research says quite distinctively that is in the consideration set of a person who eventually ends up buying BMW. So we need to reduce that threat, isn't it? What would you suggest?
We would suggest a better consumer connect. Now, that is something that has already been established. Now, BMW is, whereas Audi is perceived as an engineering vehicle, BMW is perceived as engineering plus performance and luxury. So you have all three of them together. So if you do a kind of campaigning which will bring together the emotional connect and the engineering finesse, I think that is something that will give an instant appeal to the youth.
All right, then. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done, Spartans. You were quick and precise there, very BMW-esque. And we're going to take a break here. Coming up on the other side is the presentation from Team 702.
Our primary research forms the base of our solutions. So we have understood the consumer perfectly and then driven solutions around it. So I think that will separate the other team from us.
You're watching Lime Season 3 on campus this week at SP Jain, Mumbai. Our second team to present their solutions to the challenge from BMW India is Team 702. Guys, if you're ready, you'll have 3 minutes to make your presentation. Good luck. Your time starts now.
The challenge for BMW is to sustain market leadership. The two focus areas for the company are aligning its marketing mix with the customer expectations and increasing the available market. Our primary research focus basically got insights from 80 existing and prospective luxury car customers, and we also conducted in-depth interviews with the sales team at BMW, Audi and Mercedes showrooms. The quantitative analysis of our primary data yielded 3 segments: functional, rewarding and indulgence.
Functional segment typically consists of executives who have made it big early in their life, in 35 to 45 age bracket, essentially aspirers, not connoisseurs of luxury, from nuclear families where women have an important role to play in purchases. This is our focus segment owing to the volume and growth it offers and also being an entry point for the brand ladder. Key insights from this segment: style, price and accessories in descending order of importance drive purchases in this segment, not power and performance. This is because drivers cannot enjoy the power and performance of the car due to congested Indian roads. Women, increasingly important in making purchase decisions, tend to value style over performance. Since this segment is not ready to pay premium for power, Audi's A4 2.0, which trades off par for style and accessories, is perceived as a better value product for this segment compared to BMW 3 Series, which emphasizes on performance. So we recommend that BMW should stamp out Audi's challenge by launching a product from its global portfolio, that is 318 diesel variant. This has lesser power than existing 3 Series models. Even after enhancing with plush interiors and best-in-class accessories, it could be priced at around 28 lakh rupees. This forms a compelling proposition for segments seeking style over power with the differentiation of BMW's driving excellence.
Okay. On the communications part, the campaigns around the Joy platform are little abstract for the first-time luxury customers. Our recommendations over here is to expand number of